Hello everyone and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. Today we are talking about the lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra occurring on the 25th of March of 2024. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Of course, I'm always grateful for every single one of you. If you do find that you enjoy the content that I create and that I post here, please do take a moment to press that like button there. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and that way you can see more of my content at the forefront for you. Leave a comment down below as well. How is this eclipse working out for you? What do you've got going on? This is some big energy, so we're going to talk about that today. We're going to get the overall energy that this eclipse brings, and then we're going to pull out cards for your specific sign and see what area is highlighted the most. So lunar eclipses, what are they? Well, they're associated with the full moon. Full moon energy brings completion, brings things to harvest, can bring about manifestations into your world. They can bring endings. They can also bring deep spiritual insights. Your intuition might be very much heightened at this time, but eclipses themselves can bring about some chaotic energy. This can bring about an amplification of energy. This can be where things get a little bit unpredictable. We can have things come back into our lives. Sometimes we might get something that shows up again, which is when we thought we were done with it, whether it's people, whether it's memories, whatever that happens to be. But it's a great opportunity there to really get to the root, get to the heart of the matter, cleanse, purge, and make a final decision on things. Now, this energy brings with it, this eclipse brings the energy of Libra. Libra energy really is a focus on relationships of all kinds. Personal relationships, romantic, professional relationships here as well. This is a time when happiness with our partners can blossom, where everything you love about intimate partnerships, about your partnerships, your friendships, can really come to the forefront for you. And this can bring you a sense of fulfillment. If you're single, you might be meeting someone new around this time. If you are with someone, you might find that you get suddenly engaged. So if you've been feeling like a relationship has been a little bit stagnant, this can be where something shifts for you in a really positive way. Your business partnerships can prosper. You may start some new business business partnerships, and you may even hash out some sort of deal. On the flip side, because it is full moon energy, this can bring about endings to things. So some of you could have something that really, if it hasn't been going your way, if it hasn't been fulfilling for you on some level, this can be like kind of that do or die moment, like now or never. Either we make a decision, we move forward, we blossom, we grow, or we walk away. So this can be a big time here when people change jobs. This season of the year is when a lot of relationships go through a lot of changes, and this eclipse can really help you to propel things forward, whatever that looks like, because even an ending is about propelling us forward. This eclipse is a south node eclipse, and if we look back to the solar eclipse that we had in the sign of Libra in October of 2023, this is a culmination of that cycle, and that was a south node eclipse, and so is this one. And the south node energy is about our karmic paths. This can be about our past and releasing that past, moving over. This can be about getting out of your comfort zone. This can be about recognizing what patterns and habits that we tend to fall into. And the full moon energy is a great time to bring about a separation of those things and to move forward in a better, a healthier, and perhaps a more exciting way. Libra energy also does have to do with the law and legalities. So if you've been dealing with a legal situation, this can be where things wrap up for you. But at the same time, because this is about relationships and full moons can bring endings, this can be where people are taking legal action to legally separate from a person, whether it's business or whether it's romantic, right? So it can bring about some challenges here. Full moons do tend to carry a little bit of emotions, right? So this Libran eclipse is happening at 5 degrees. So if you have any planetary placements within 3 to 7 degrees per se of Libra, this is going to impact you the most. Same thing if you're an air sign, right? It's air energy here. Quick action, quick thinking can come in here, and also some deep thoughts can happen for you here. Check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Okay, so you could have those planetary placements there in your birth chart. All right, regardless of what your sun sign is, check out your rising and your moon. You may also want to check out your Venus sign readings as well, okay, all four, just to get the big picture, because at this eclipse, we also have a conjunction between Saturn. Saturn, of course, is our really fun planet of lessons, of, very challenging life lessons, discipline, fears, ambitions, but also structure. And it is the planet of karma, right? So you could be clearing out some karmic cycles, or you could be attracting some really positive karma into you, because a conjunction is a positive aspect. And this can bring an amplification of things, which may be a little bit challenging emotionally for some of you. But this can also be a blending of things together. This can be where we take some action on things, where we project ourselves forward. And this can really be about getting ourselves in the flow. And of course, we love the energy of Venus. Venus is wonderful. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So we kind of have a double dose of Venus energy at this time. And Venus does, of course, bring about the energy of love. And this is love of self, love of others, love of what you do, learning to love even the challenges that you have overcome. And some of you might even be learning to love again on some bigger scale, bigger capacity. Venus also does bring us resources, new beginnings, creativity, and brings a really harmonious energy to our relationships. So even if you do find that there's something that you're walking away from, know that one chapter may be closing for you, but another one is opening for you at the same time. So this can be a very freeing energy for you. And of course, this is going to lead us into the solar eclipse in Aries, which is coming in very hot and heavy at the beginning of April. And so 2 weeks from now, or 2 weeks from the lunar eclipse, we've got that solar eclipse. So where we have the lunar eclipse can bring about ending of a cycle, the Aries solar eclipse is about rebuilding and about taking the next steps forward. So this is a very transformative time for us, but it can be very exciting for you as well. And again, it can be about a big release. So with having said all of that, a little bit of a mouthful, having said all of that, we're going to get into your sign. So check out if you're watching the full video, check out the timestamps down below. If you're watching this video, also check out, I'm going to put a link to your personal solar eclipse down below that we had in Libra in October, so that you can easily go back and reference that energy. So good luck in this eclipse. Get grounded in your energy. It can be a really good time just to take a step back and engage in some meditation. I likely wouldn't do, at eclipses, I wouldn't do manifestations at this time necessarily, because the energy is chaotic and unpredictable when we have eclipses. And so we don't want to attract that energy. It's not that you can't manifest at this time. If you feel really comfortable, go for it. It's just that sometimes our manifestations that we do set intentions for at eclipses, they can be short-lived, or they can be really good and then kind of turn a little bit topsy-turvy. Okay, and that might not be what you're looking for. That might be you want something a little more stable. So take this time to reflect and to focus on relationships and to focus on yourself and love and care, and wrapping things up, or look forward to the future to start something new. So I hope you guys have a wonderful eclipse, and I will see you guys a little bit later, but we're going to get into your individual readings right now. Hello there, Leo. Welcome to your lunar eclipse in Libra reading. This is occurring in your third astrological house ruled by Gemini. So this could be a focus on communication for you. You might be doing some deep thinking at this time as well. You could be really making some very important decisions or having an all-important conversation. This can help you move forward on something or make, again, some very important decisions in your life. The third house is a little bit of a mixed bag of energy. We've got communication thinking. We've got your devices as well. So some of you could be experiencing a little bit of upsets or disruptions or breakages of your technology. At this time, we do have Mercury that is headed into retrograde here. So this can be where maybe you are starting to have some devices that are going on the fritz a little bit, and you could actually be gaining a little bit of insight there going, man, I should probably look into replacing this because I think it's on its last legs. So you could be buying something new or making a preparation to do that. All right. This can have to do with your social life, with your neighborhoods as well. So you could be looking at where you live, the neighborhood you're in. Do you feel safe and secure, or is it ready for a little bit of change? But you could also be really seeing the big picture on things in your life here as well. Now, we do have Saturn conjunct Venus in your 8th house. There could be a little bit of a mystery unfolding here, okay? You could also be talking about finances that you share with another person. So if you are in a relationship and you're moving in together, this is where you're discussing who's responsible for what bills. Maybe you're looking at making a purchase with another person, and because Libran energy also has to do with legalities, you might be looking to say, okay, what's the possibilities? What if we break up? What if this happens? What if this happens? So you could be maybe putting a contract or something like that together to cover your bases, maybe some sort of legal agreement document. And it could be with a romantic partner, it could be with a friend or a family member, or maybe even a business associate in there, because this does have to do with joint assets and finances here. So you could be making some changes in that regard, or maybe preparing to welcome in the new. The 8th house is Pluto energy, so you could be taking back your personal power, or you could be making some very important changes that lead you to a better tomorrow. Pluto does bring about births, deaths, endings, new beginnings, transformations, also brings a little bit of mystery, the things that are hidden. So you could have a secret that comes to light at this time, and oof, man, if that secret has to do with loans or things like that that maybe are carried by a partner or for yourself, this can be an important conversation where someone comes clean, right? It's like, okay, well, we're about to move in together, but I just want you to know I have this much in student loans, or I've got this debt, right? So it could be a little bit of honesty that comes out there, but you could be paying something off at this time as well. Because with this energy here does come with things coming to fruition, things coming to completion, the end of a cycle, a closure. So some of you could be paying off a loan here, and this can, of course, bring you more money in your life, right, if you don't have some debt hanging over you. So this can be really quite positive for you, but you could also be taking out new loans, right? So, but with Venus and Saturn there, it's like taking a practical approach to things in your world. And you might also find you just all of a sudden have the resources that you need to get things done that you want to get done. But you could also be wanting to try something a little bit new. You could be using your imagination to live out a fantasy of some kind with another person. The 8th house does have to do with intimacy within some relationships there. So you could be just feeling a little bit out there. So maybe you're sharing your fantasies with another person here also. Can be a little bit spicy, a little bit saucy. We have resilience energy coming in here for you guys. So this is all about weathering the storm, about continuing, moving forward. This is about never giving up, right? You are resilient in your energy. So sometimes, even though things might not always go your way, things might go sideways a little bit. This is about persevering and powering through. Okay. This is also a reminder here that yes, if there's something that goes a little bit sideways for you, you that if you choose, you may need to really dig deep for some inner power, inner resources there to move yourself forward and overcome a challenge that may come about for you. And for example, let's say you have someone that reveals they all of a sudden have all this debt and you're like, what the hell, right? This can require a little bit of inner strength to move past that, to figure out what to do about it. But the resilience card is also card number 21. It does relate back to the world cards. This can be about wrapping things up, seeing things through to a close. It can also represent endings. And of course, lunar eclipses of all kinds, right? We can eclipse things into our life. We can eclipse things out of our life as well. And so this is really the universe reminding you that should something come to an end, should something break down, okay, should something eclipse out of your life at this time, remember that you are stronger than you quite often might give yourself credit for, and look to the future, look to overcoming, look for the solutions, see your way forward, honor all of your feelings, but remember that you have a lot of inner strength, and this is what Spirit wants to remind you of. And of course, the Strength card is your card anyway, your inner strength, your kindness, your compassion, your open heart, your beautiful positive energy, and so believe in yourself no matter what is going on. We have the Seven of Pentacles coming out here for you. Ace of Cups, very nice. And we have Judgment. So we got a little bit of a mixed bag coming in here for you, just as a kind of thought that we would. First off, the Seven of Pentacles can represent something coming to harvest, coming to fruition for you, maybe something that you've been waiting for quite a while. With the Ace of Cups, this can be a new job, a new home. This can be a next stage in a relationship. This can be engagements and proposals of all kinds. But this can also bring peace, forgiveness, and healing in there as well. You might have something come to fruition that you've previously manifested into your world, but this may require, with the Judgment card here, for you to make a very important decision and perhaps embrace some change. Sometimes to bring in the new, we do have to let go of the old. The Seven of Pentacles can also represent that you've been very patient, waiting for something or allowing something to blossom, and this might be where it pays off for you, but you could also be Judgment card, be very willing to let something go to allow the new in. And because sometimes, when we have the Seven of Pentacles, it's like assessing our current situation. So let's say you were in a romantic relationship and you're like, okay, we've been committed, we've been dedicated, we've been, taking our relationship to the 7 stage, but I really want the 10. I want it all. I want everything. And so you could be assessing relationships in your life, business relationships as well. And you could be thinking, okay, is there a potential? Is there a possibility for this to go to the 10, to hit the big time, hit the jackpot? Or is this forever where it's going to stay? Has it run its course? And you might be in this energy where you're like, you know what? It's time to move on. It's time for something a little bit new. So there is this big kind of contemplative energy, which is not surprising considering this is your 3rd house. It's your 8th house, right? Change, transformation, endings, and new beginnings. And this might be what we have going on here for you. But whatever your situation is, trust your ability to make a decision. The judgment, it's your judgment call. Okay. Do we move forward? Can we have a fresh start? Is there a possibility and a potential here to take things up to the next level? Or do I need to release and let something go? The Judgment card can bring about something hidden that may come to light for you here. This can be something within yourself, some sort of revelation. This can be something from another person might be revealing something to you, some new information or some new insights. So it could be that you've got a sharing and an expression of feelings at this time as well. But the Judgment card brings clarity, also brings a call to action and a call to the light. Okay, so where there's been shadows, where there's been uncertainty, this is where you see things clearly. This brings about a big picture and open-minded energy. But the Judgment card is about really making that final decision, final judgment. Can we forgive, heal, release? Can we have a second chance? Right? Or do I need a fresh start? Do I need to release something and let it go? It's a big energy here when we have the Judgment card. So this is really your opportunity here to go within and to really gain wisdom, insight, understanding, connect with your feelings, and figure out what it is you want. Because the Ace of Cups right here is actually really quite positive. I mean, the aces are always bring a little bit of luck, always bring some new, fresh energy. And the Ace of Cups is like speaking to your emotional well-being, speaking to your heart space, connecting with your heart, your soul there in that energy, but it can bring you some spiritual awakenings and insights there. It can really link to your intuition. And this is where you can have, a look at things a little bit differently from a different level, a different perspective, where your intuition is really guiding you towards what is right for you, what feels right for you. Is it to hold on and to fix something, or is it to move forward and let something go? But it does also bring in this healing energy for you as well. And, so a real big connection with these moon cycles that we're heading into. One cycle leads into another. Just because we've got this lunar eclipse does not mean everything is going to happen or occur in one day. This does kind of last for a while with this energy. We're already feeling this throughout the month of March already, even a few weeks before we even hit this first eclipse. And the next one is, the solar eclipse is even bigger. So the next couple of weeks here for you could be very transformative for you, and you might find yourself lost in thought. So connect with your thoughts, connect with your intuition, connect with your heart space, and you will figure things out. All right. It can be you leading towards a fresh start, because again, that Saturn energy can bring about a closure of karmic cycles, patterns, habits, and behaviors. And this is where you're looking into the future for that fresh start, for a new way of doing things, a new way of seeing things, a new way of being, a new way of acting, a new way of communicating. We have dragon energy here for you, nice and fiery here. Send dragons to heal the world. So this can be your key here to connect with your fiery spirit. Dragons, they can bring some fire, some passion. They can bring out some fiery energy. So there could be a little bit of spiciness between you and another person. Dragons also bring protection, protective energy here as well. So no matter what your situation is, trust that you are guided and protected at all times, no matter what your situation, no matter what stage of life you're on. But this can be speaking to your inner dragon, your inner roar. Allow yourself to roar, allow yourself to shine. If you're not where you want to be, what can you do about it? If you're going through a tough time, resilience, dragons are resilient, right? So really connect with your inner power, your inner strength here. But yes, some of you might be called to work with dragons here in some way. And very interesting, because I'm not an expert in Chinese astrology or anything like that, but in the Chinese zodiac here, we are in the year of the dragon, wood dragon, right? So down to earth and practical energy, but also this fiery dragon energy, very mystical, very magical, and very powerful in its energy. So you might be called to here to not just embrace your inner dragon, but also maybe to work with dragon spirit energy in some way. That might be something that you're drawn to. But remember your inner power, your inner strength, your inner roar. Okay, and so whatever your situation is, you can power through. I'm going to leave that there for you folks. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like, share, subscribe. I hope you have a fantastic eclipse. Stay tuned for your solar eclipse reading as well. And also check out the link down below, because I have linked your lunar eclipse in Libra energy from October of 2023. So you might want to check that out for a refresher. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.